If I may grab the mic from myself for a moment and take the opportunity to remind everyone, Godzilla King of the Monsters was, in my humble opinion, the most incredible goddamn thing the blockbuster movie industry delivered on screen this year, and watching Western movie audiences treat it as a yeah, we'll get around to it release has been not the most disappointed I've been in the human species lately, but pretty goddamn close. Anyway, 6 or 7 months from now, when you ungrateful lot are half watching it, half live tweeting it on Netflix and realize how right I was and wishing you'd seen it on a proper sized screen, remember who tried to tell you. Anyway, before that came out, there was another big Godzilla landmark, an ambitious 3-part anime series, Godzilla Monster Planet, Godzilla City on the Edge of Battle, and Godzilla the Planet Eater, that together represented the first official serious-minded attempt to realize a Godzilla narrative in the anime format. The results were interesting, I think would be a nice way to put it. What it was not, however, was the first official appearance of Godzilla himself in the anime format. And no, I'm not talking about the 1970s Hanna-Barbera Godzilla cartoon. Because while officially licensed, that was not technically anime. However, trivia, the 1966 King Kong cartoon,
King Kong, you know the name of King Kong, you know the fame of King Kong, 10 times as big as a man,
was anime. In fact, it was the first anime produced for an American studio that was, in Japan, a tie-in to the subsequently released live-action feature King Kong Escapes.
King Kong escapes and meets his greatest foe, the Kong of Steel. A gargantuan duel, unmatched by any battle in history.
Which is also part of the Showa-era Godzilla continuity. Sort of. Anyway, for several reasons, mostly business but some cultural, Japanese pop culture properties that originate or are popularized outside of the manga format by either anime or live action, special effects, or tokusatsu genre generally don't cross between mediums a whole lot. There are noteworthy exceptions, and there's certainly been an increased production of live action anime adaptation as special effects budgets have become more affordable to the domestic Japanese film industry, but for the most part, anime versions of popular live action properties don't have a big cachet as you might imagine. In fact, it's so rare that when Toho arranged for Evangelion creator Hideaki Anno's fearsome reimagining of Godzilla himself from Godzilla Resurgence, aka Shin Godzilla, to promote the then upcoming film by appearing in a 2016 episode of Crayon Shin-chan, yes, that Shin-chan,
Party, party, join us, party, party, join us, party, party, join us, shake your day away and you can party.
it was widely touted as the King of the Monsters' first anime appearance. But it was not. This was.
ドキドキワクワクゴジランド友達いっぱいやってくる夢の森探検してみようみんな仲間さゴジランドおいでよ楽しいワンダーラン僕らの島へ
Come Godzilla.
What the hell was that?
Okay, here's how this happened. In 1984, as part of Toho and merchandising partner Bandai's successful push at reinvigorating the Godzilla franchise and merchandising brand, Bandai released a line of children's merch under the Gojirando or Godzilla Land branding based around chibi versions of the classic Toho kaiju living as kid monsters on a cartoon version of Monster Island. The line was very successful and a source of major nostalgia for a generation of Japanese youth, so for roughly a decade later, Bandai repurposed the chibi kaiju designs as graphic elements and the Gojirando branding for a pair of comedic TV specials promoting the respective releases of 1992's Godzilla vs. Mothra and Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2 in 1993, and their action figure lines.
ゴジラ対メカゴジラ前売り券を買うとアクションゴジラがついてくるゴジランドクイズこれはあるロボット怪獣の手です
今回のプレゼントはこちらバンダイから発売中の
Presented in the faux sketch comedy variety show format that was popular standard for Japanese equivalent infomercials at the time, Western audiences think the Mr. Sparkle video from The Simpsons as a point of reference. The two Adventure Godzilla Land specials featured game show and trivia segments where people won toys from the movies, Weekend Upstate-style comedy skits where Godzilla and Mechagodzilla read news reports about their own movies.
さあゴジラニュースの時間です今日はどんな話題が出てきますか今日はスクープ出てきますねま せいぜい頑張ってもらいましょう。あんたもね。
A music video for a Godzilla-themed gymnastics workout song called Gojira Sofa Mire Do, which got pretty popular in Japan for a hot minute there and sounds like this. And also brief animated interstitials featuring chibi baby kaiju designs from the classic Godzilla Land merchandise. So yeah, whether through actual Godzilla Land nostalgia or just ironic appreciation, these two glorified infomercials turned out to be a pretty big draw, especially with young kids. It helped that they were constantly rerun for their respective summers. So Toho opted to relicense the branding once more for an official non-infomercial anime spin-off to edutainment publisher Gakken to produce a set of 4 original video animation features using the characters aimed at a very young kids audience that would help teach good friendship behaviors, the hiragana alphabet, numbers, and basic math. Titled Susume Gojirando or Get Going Godzilla Land, it is quite definitively Muppet Babies, but for Godzilla.
進めゴジランド数えられるよ数123おなかすくゴジランドおいでよみんなパラダイスどちらの島へ
With child versions of Godzilla himself and other popular Toho monsters living on Monster Island, with the adult version of Mothra as the only present adult to nominally supervise things, and many storylines, such as they are, revolving around designated bully character Mechagodzilla trying to make friends in awkward or unkind ways and needing to learn a lesson about this.
さあメカゴジラくんゴジリンみんな意地悪してごめんねよしじゃあ一緒に遊ぼうそうしようみんなありがとう31、32、
Godzilla's constant insatiable hunger for fruit, and because cartoons, some occasional competition among the mostly male monster pals for the attention of Gojiren, a female counterpart to Godzilla who is, yes, inevitably pink, has long eyelashes, and heart-shaped dorsal spikes.
ゴジリン誕生日おめでとうこれ僕ゴジリン僕もリンゴ取ってきたああゴジラも
As you've no doubt already gathered, Gojiren is the lone original to this series character and has never appeared in any Godzilla or Toho continuity otherwise, though she does retain something of a cult following in the deep lore Godzilla fandom. But while Gojiren is the most notable original female kaiju of Godzilla Land, she's not the most notably bizarre original female character. That honor goes to, well, it's not actually clear who this person is.
ああ、ホットケーキ作ってる。ゴジラ君、私にもちょうだい。いいよ。いっぱい作ったわね。
But in the 3rd and 4th installment, she appears in the live-action framing sequences where she lives in a modest house with Godzilla.
照れるな。
And based on her outfit, she seems to be his maid, possibly housekeeper, but he calls her Oni-chan, which means elder sister. Oh yeah, Godzilla talks in this.
そりゃもちろん。それよりお姉さん、ケーキ食べようよ。食べようか。
But then again, Oni-chan can also be a non-relative term of endearment, so who the hell knows? Anyway, she has conversations with him about his efforts to prepare pancakes and elaborate pineapple desserts, which lead into flashbacks to the main animated segment.
覚えよう引き算1引く1は0 2引く1は1 2引く2は0 3引く1は2
I cannot stress enough that all of this is completely real, even if, since it was never translated into English or officially distributed outside of Japan, it was basically the stuff of legend to Western kaiju fans until YouTube became a thing.
元気いいわねアンギラス君を助けに行くの忘れてなければ
So, yeah, that's Godzilla Land, the other Godzilla anime. I'm Bob, and all of that exists. What else can I add?